Hello, I'm Katerina.
And I'm Lena.
In this video, we're showing you how you can build your own air purifier, just like this one, with easily available materials.
The air purifier can significantly reduce the risk of a COVID-19 infection, should there be an infected person in the room.
The coronavirus is transmitted to a considerable extent by aerosols, and the HEPA filters that are inserted into the air purifier filter these from the air.
You can place the air purifier in the classroom, your living room, or any other room where people from different households might come together. For school, however, you should talk to your teachers beforehand.
We are not professional carpenters, so we've chosen the simplest possible design.
These are the materials that you need.
The case consists of MDF boards, crossbars, and wood spaces that you can get cut to size at the hardware store. You can order the fans and filter inserts on the internet.
A detailed description of the materials, as well as some information on shopping and the drilling template, can be found at the link down below.
These are the tools you need. The most important tool is the drill with 2, 3 and 10mm drill bits, a countersink and a bit for the screws. We use Torx screws.
You also need a folding rule and ideally a right angle and some clamps.
The first step is to drill all the holes into the panels with the 3mm drill bit, as shown in the template.
We can drill 2 panels at once, the 2 that are the same.
If you have no experience with such tools, then get someone to help you to prevent any injuries. All drilled holes must be countersunk. Pay attention. Some must be countersunk from above and some from below on the baseboard.
We start the assembly with a base and screw the 2 strips onto it so that there's 6.1 centimeters of space on both sides. The strips should be 1 centimeter away from the edge. You can use a side plate as a spacer. The bottom inlay plate must then fit between the 2 strips.
When you have fixed the strips with your screw clamp, drill with a 2mm drill through the pre-drilled holes into the strips, and then insert screws and fasten tightly.
We now place the base on the feet and fasten with screws.
For this, we use a 3mm drill and slightly longer screws.
Next, we add the side walls. This works best if you put the case on its side. Then again, pre-drill the holes with a 2mm drill. Insert the screws and fasten tightly. We now glue the inlay boards to the floor and the 2 sides with wood glue. The next step is to glue the small 1 cm strip onto the 6 cm strip. It must be 5 cm away from the front edge. Fix it with a clamp until the glue has dried. We now screw in the crossbars. Very precise positioning is important here. The crossbar must be offset 1 cm in from the front edge, because the front panel will sit in front of it later. The small strip begins exactly 6 cm from the front edge. The whole thing must be 36.5 cm measured from the base plate, so that the filter is held in place firmly. Now try out whether the filter fits well. We re-drill the holes with a 3mm drill and use the longer screws to fix the crossbars. Next, we screw in the 4 10 cm strips sitting on the crossbars, 1 cm away from the edge, so that the outside edges line up. We glue a felt pad on each of the 10 cm strips. Your air purifier should look like this now. Now we assemble the fans. To do this, we connect 4 fans with cable ties. With one set, the ends of the cable ties should point to the blue side, the other to the black. We use the cable ties to attach the protective grille to the upper fans. The fans where the cable tie ends will be on the black side. We glue 2 felt pads onto the black side of the fans without a grille in each of the 4 corners.
We put the fans on top of one another. The ends of the cable ties point outwards and the cables on top of each other to two sides. We first feed the cables of the lower fans down through the cable slots provided, and then the upper cables down through the same slots. We connect the cables of the fans lying on top of one another, a small plug into a large one. We now connect the 4 cable strands together in a clockwise direction, leaving a large end on one side and a small end on the other. All of this will become much clearer once you're actually doing it. To build the connection cable, you need the adapter with a screw connection that is included with a power supply unit and a fan extension cable. Cut the extension cord. We are now pulling some shrink tubing over the cable. However, you can also use electrical tape or something similar later. Remove the black mesh cover a little and shorten the yellow and blue cables. They are not needed. Next, we strip the red and black wire with wire strippers. Alternatively, you can cut the insulation with a cutter and peel it off carefully. We wrap the metal braid around the ends of the cables and then insert them into the screw cap and fasten them tightly. Red into plus and black into minus. Make sure that no wires are sticking out that could create a shortcut. The shrink tubing can now be shrunk using heat. We drill a hole for the power connection in the side wall at the level of the crossbar with a 10mm drill. We put in the fans. If there's a gap between the fan and the wooden frame, self-adhesive foam tape can be applied to the side of the fan to close the gap. We connect the small end to the adapter and put it through the drilled hole from the inside. We secure the cables using additional cable ties that can be opened again and that we have fixed on the crossbars with short screws. You can also use tape or something similar. Connect the fans and check that everything is running, nothing rattles and the air blows upwards. Now we screw in the front and back. To do this, pre-drill again with a 2mm drill into the strips, insert screws and fasten them tightly. If you want, you can paint the case now. To do this, take out the fans again. We used white acrylic paint with a roller. The design is up to you though. Put the fans back in and screw in the 6cm strips at the top, lining up to the upper edge. Insert the HEPA filter so that it sits against the inlay panels. Then the pre-filters go in front of it. We only use them as mechanical protection and to keep out larger particles. Instead of the activated carbon filter, very thin fabric, as shown here, can be used as a pre-filter. The air purifier is done! In this version, the air purifier creates around 200 cubic meters of air throughput per hour. In the classroom, it is best to put one in every corner, but even one of them already helps. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments or contact us as described below. Definitely send us a picture of your air purifier once it's done. Thank you very much for watching and much fun building your own air purifier.